ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Namaste, all of you. Welcome back to our continuing study of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha from the pages of Poojya Swamiji's, Poojya Swami Dayananda Saraswati's Geetha home study course. In these sessions, we are together exploring chapter 17 of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha, titled Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yogaha. Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogaha. A chapter that explores and analyzes the three types of Shraddha: Satviki Shraddha, Rajasa Shraddha, and Tamasa Shraddha. Although we are studying chapter 2 of Shrimad Bhagavad Geetha in another session, we are parallelly studying chapter 17 after studying chapter 16. Because these two chapters, 16 and 17, stress a lot on Dharma Shastra. There's a lot of stress on Dharma Shastra. The do's and don'ts that our Shastras prescribe are expressed in the words of Shrimad Bhagavad Geetha. We studied chapter 16 earlier, that was titled Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yogaha, a chapter in which Shri Krishna analyzed those tendencies that are becoming of a human being and those that are not becoming of a human being. Daivi Sampats and Asuri Sampats. Stated differently, the Yamas and the Niyamas, the don'ts and the do's, or the do's and the don'ts. The do's imply cultivating Daivi Sampats, and the don'ts equate to the eschewing of Asuri Sampats, which is what we studied in chapter 16. Chapter 17 talks about Dharma Shastra from a slightly different angle. looking at it from the three gunas. Although the chapter is titled Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yogaha, that there are other aspects that are also examined and taught during the course of the study of the 17th chapter, which we will look at as we go forward. Do's and don'ts, or yamas and niyamas, what has to be followed and what should not be followed, are explained from a slightly different angle. We had completed shloka number 4 of this chapter. Incidentally, I'd like to make one more point before we go forward with the chapter. Poojya Swamiji, Poojya Swami Dayananda Saraswathi, recommends that these two chapters, that is the 16th and the 17th chapters, are studied first during the course of the study of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha before entering Jnana Yoga. Athato dharma jigyasa must precede athato brahma jigyasa. Understanding the code of ethics and morality as laid out in our Shastras and cultivating them is a precursor to Jnana Yoga. Krishna testifies to this fact in the 13th chapter, where he teaches 20 values, amanitvam adi, which he terms jnanam. They are not jnanam in themselves, but they are jnana sadhanani. They are the ones that are the stepping stones to enter the portals of Jnana Yoga. Hence, Poojya Swamiji lays a lot of emphasis on teaching chapters 16 and 17 first before entering the teaching chapters of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha, meaning beginning from chapter 2 onwards. We progressed to the 16th chapter. If some of you may recall, after we studied Poojya Swamiji's book that was titled The Value of Values, in which Poojya Swamiji very beautifully explained each of those 20 values that Krishna taught in the 13th chapter in answer to Arjuna's 6 questions. One of the questions was, what is jnanam? What is meant by jnanam? Was Arjuna's question. In continuation of the study of these 20 values, we embarked on the study of chapter 16, which enlists another 26 values right at the beginning. to ensure, we continued with chapter 16 to ensure smooth transition from the values mentioned by Krishna in the 13th chapter to the values mentioned in the 16th chapter, so that there is a recall value to it. So that we could sustain on the subject that we had studied earlier. So we took up chapter 16, and in keeping with Poojya Swamiji's directive, we have now entered chapter 17, in which we have completed the first 4 shlokas of this chapter. Arjuna, at the beginning of the chapter, asked Krishna the question based on what Krishna had recommended at the end of the 16th chapter. Krishna had said, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavasthitau Nyatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartumiharhasi. That's how Krishna ended chapter 16. Based on that, Arjuna asked. And what did he ask? He asked, Ye Shastra Vidhimutsrujya Yajante Shraddhayanvitaha Tesham Nishtatu Ka Krishna Satvamaho Rajastamaha, was Arjuna's question, based on Krishna's recommendation that one follows the Shastra, uses the Shastra as one's guide. So Arjuna's question was, if people do not take the Shastras as their guide, what is their position? What is their status? Those who perform a ritual giving up what is stipulated by the Shastra, but endowed with Shraddha, what is their basis on which they perform their rituals? Is it Sattva or Rajas or Tamas? Was Arjuna's question. Krishna has been answering Arjuna's question over these following verses, which we have completed up to the 4th. Let us now pick up the thread with the 5th shloka. I will read the shloka. In fact, the 5th and the 6th shlokas are taken together. So, how do I describe people of the Asura conviction? Asura conviction. And here goes. Shloka number 5. Ashastra vihitam ghoram tapyante ye tapojanaha dambhahankara sanyuktaha kamaraga balanvitaha. And then the 6th shloka, Karshayanta sharirastham bhutagramamachetasah mam chaivanta sharirastham tan vidhyasura nischayan. Ye janaha, Those people who dambha ahankara sanyuktaha, riddled with pretension and egoity, kamaraga balanvitaha, endowed with strong passion and longing, achetasaha, achetasaha, lacking in discrimination, sharirastham bhutagramam, sharirastham bhutagramam, the sense organs obtaining in the body, antasharirastham mam cha, and me obtaining in the body, eva also, karshayantah, karshayantah, emaciating, emaciating, ashastra vihitam, ashastra vihitam, not enjoined by the shastra, ghoram, terrible, tapas, religious disciplines, tapyante, perform, tan vidhi, know them to be asura nischayane, asura nischayane, of asura conviction. Those people who are riddled with pretension and egoity, who lack in discrimination, endowed with strong passion and longing, who perform terrible religious disciplines not enjoined by the Shastra, emaciating the sense organs obtaining in the body, and me, Krishna says, and me as well, who obtains within the body. May you know them to be of asura conviction. May you know them to be of asura conviction. Let us pick up the details of these two verses in the upcoming capsules and continue our study. Hari Om.